Welcome back to Snooker Mentalist channel. This is episode 2 of Snooker Mavericks. I'm going to do one of these every week until basically I run out of Mavericks. Today we're looking at Mark Williams. Active player, great player still, but definitely a Maverick. True definition of a Maverick. Does his own thing, does what he wants. Just like last year in 2021 World Championships, he just started doing that different break. Just if everyone else was doing that break, he'd do the normal break. He just does what he wants. On screen now, we've just got a few of the Maverick moments. Some great stories here. My favourite is when he lost the World Championship trophy, but I can't tell that story as good as Mark Williams can, obviously, so I'm going to put some clips up now of some great moments from Mark, whilst Mark tells a few stories which I just find brilliant on the Snooker Scene podcast, again with Dave Hendon. If you're not listening to that podcast, you should be. Okay, I'll pass you over to Dave Hendon and Mark Williams. Thanks for listening and see you next time.
A hallowed member of the class of 92 alongside his celebrated contemporaries Ronnie O'Sullivan and John Higgins. Firstly, a word about this interview. As you'll hear at the start, Mark isn't particularly big on doing interviews. He prefers to express himself directly through playing or, of course, on social media. But he agreed to do it. No problem, he said. You just have to do something for me first. He said, you have to eat a piece of my chocolate. Well, I thought, if that's all I have to do, then I'm on easy street. But of course, Mark being Mark, it wasn't that straightforward. The chocolate was in fact laced with chili powder. His wife Joanne had bought it him for Christmas. I ate it, my mouth burned like fire, and when he stopped laughing, we got on with the interview. It was interesting to get him in such a relaxed mood because what you're about to hear is very much Mark being himself. But you also did a bit of boxing, didn't you, when you were a kid?
Yeah, I was doing boxing probably the same time as snooker, probably even a bit more. I had about, I think there was 16 fights actually. I was only a junior little one, and I won them all, didn't lose one. But I always remember the last fight they had was my opponent never turned up, and there was another fella's opponent didn't turn up, and they come and asked me, and we decided to get in with each other, and just like an exhibition kind of thing. And he was probably about 1.5 stone, 2 stone heavier than me, but it was only a little exhibition thing. And my God, every time he jabbed me, punched me, it was like someone hit me with a brick. And I woke up with 2 black eyes, I think it was, cuts everywhere, and I thought, I don't know if this is for me. And that's the last time I was in a ring then, thank God.
But now, of course, you have Twitter as well, because how you are on Twitter is how you've been on the circuit the last 20 years, basically, is the sort of constant joking around. I mean, you obviously enjoy your time on there.
Yeah, I love it, but it's getting me into trouble. I mean, I've said a couple of things on there which I don't think was as bad as people made out, and got heavily fined for it. I've got a few letters warning saying I can't do this, I can't say that, but I'm pretty much, what you get on Twitter is pretty much how I am.
Yeah.
As far as I can be, going by the guidelines of World Snooker, really. I mean, if the only thing I don't put on it, I'm not out to swear and stuff like that, and maybe a bit controversial and stuff like that. But most of it's you see me on there is what I am in real life, really.
Yeah. Which is what they say they want. They say they want the players to reject the personalities. But do you regret what you said about the Crucible that time?
Yeah, I only regret it because it cost me $4,000. I mean, obviously, if I'd known it was going to cause that much of a stir, I would never have said it, obviously. Yeah. But I never said it being derogatory to the Crucible or anything like that. I said it sort of a bit of a laugh, really, and a joke. But obviously, I found out it wasn't a laugh or joke, and $4,000 later, I'm thinking, why did I say that for? But Do you think I said something worth a £4,000 fine in it? Come on.
I don't think it was worth 4,000. I think the problem is everyone's sense of humour is different, isn't it? And some people would have seen it for what it was. It's just Mark being Mark. Other people think, oh, it's the Crucible. You can't say that. You didn't actually swear. You actually we won't say what you sort of said. Yeah. But there were some asterisks in there. I think it was possibly the timing that counted against you because it was right before the World Championship.
It was only the day before. A lot of belief thinking, well, if I win one, surely I'm good enough to win another one, and that's the way I felt really. Even after winning it, probably the day after, it's probably forgotten really. I went back and that was the end of it.
Well, you did carry on winning for the next couple of years, and it takes us to the Masters, 1998. The Wembley Conference Centre, of course, has since been knocked down, but it was a huge venue, raucous crowd in London, big tournament. You're 9 each with Stephen Hendry on a respot. How are you feeling?
Well, you said I can't swear, didn't you? So
yeah, I'd rather you didn't.
I'll have to put it that I was bricking it. Yeah. There's no doubt about it. Once the respot come and we tossed up, and then I had to play my first shot. Like honestly, it's probably the only time I've ever felt my knees shaking on every shot. Only the respotted black really was just the tension was just it was unbelievable. I mean, I had a couple of digs at it I thought was in the double and it didn't go in, and I made it more tense and nervous, but it's without doubt probably the nervous I've ever been in a snooker match. I was absolutely cacking it. It was absolutely breaking it.
And of course it was a fantastic win, fantastic finish, but you had to wait a bit to get the money because they sent the cheque to a different Mark Williams, some guy in London.
Yeah, they sent, I think they sent about 3 or 4 of my cheques to him, and I used to phone up saying, where's the money? And Wilson said, oh, you've sent it, you've had it in your bank. I'm like, no, it's not. Yes, it is. And I said, no, it's not. Yeah, we've sent it weeks ago. I said, look, I haven't got it. And then I realised then they've sent it to a different Mark Williams. I think that's the reason he started putting my J in the middle. Yeah. But I'm sure with the one cheque they put Mark J. Williams and still sent it to him.
But anyway, you won the Masters, you went on, you won the UK Championship, and then 2000 you arrive at the World Championship. I guess as one of the favourites because you were in a lot of finals. You had a great run, you were winning tournaments, you always seemed to be in finals, semi-finals. Can you remember thinking, this is my championship, or was it just like another tournament?
Well, I was just starting to get into a rhythm really. I was starting to win a lot of matches, build up a lot of confidence, and I suppose you could say there was times that people may have been 1 or 2-0 down before they actually got out there. I was playing quite well some of the times, and the more matches you win, it just grows in confidence. And I was just enjoying it. I was young, I was winning matches, obviously winning prize money as well. It was unbelievable, really.
But you looked out, didn't you? Semi-finals against John Higgins, you were down 14-10, I think, going into the last session, and he was, obviously he was expected to win because he was in front and he was a champion himself. What are your memories of that? It was an incredible final session. I think he won 1 frame.
Yeah, well, to be honest, I can't remember much about it, but I remember John doing some kind of interview somewhere, and he said I got into his head or something, and I wouldn't shake his hand
at the start, like that,
which I have no recollection of that whatsoever.
Well, I think he said you forgot. I mean, I don't think he was suggesting you did it deliberately.
I just had no recollection. When I heard it, I thought, well, I can't remember doing that. But obviously, if he thinks I did, obviously I've done it. But if I did do it, it was never to get into anyone's head. But if it did get into his head, the next time I'm there, I'm not going to shake his hand again. Just going to walk straight past him.
Was it special to play Matthew in the final? Obviously, you're sort of fellow Welshman, friend of yours. Was that sort of as an occasion?
Yeah, it was. Obviously, if I remember when we come in, he was playing the Welsh national anthem. Sometimes we come in and there was Welsh flags flying. And it was just a brilliant occasion, and it could have gone either way. He took a massive lead on me. Can't really remember much about pulling it back, but once they got right to the very end and all the pressure come on, I just seemed to free up and relax, and I'm lucky really. I've never been one to suffer with that many nerves, very rarely, and I can, I used to be able to play quite good under pressure.
But now you're world champion. What's that like in the sort of moments afterwards? Did it sink in immediately?
Yeah, I was, I was world champion. I think went to the after party, and I was there. I don't know, not long hour. A pint of milk. Went back to the hotel. and went home, and I think it was a bit surreal, to be honest, and I didn't really celebrate probably till I don't know, maybe a week or two later, where I think it took the cup up then down my local town in Cum, had a few drinks, a lot of drinks really, got drunk and never forget, woke up and lost the trophy. Couldn't remember where I put it, nothing, just vanished. And I think I phoned Wilson. I phoned the police station. Hey, see if anything been handed in, nothing. And I was just panicking all day thinking I'm going to have to pay for this. And then my next door neighbour knocked my door with the trophy, and I said, "Oh God, where did you get that from?" And he said, "I woke up for work at 5 o'clock in the morning, and it was just on the floor outside in the garden." And he picked it up, put it in a car, took it to work with him. But I wish he knocked me about 6:30 so I didn't have to panic.
It should be said, this was the trophy that Joe Davis bought in 1927. It's not just any old trophy. This is the World Championship trophy.
That was it, yeah.